Like, I would try that if I was ambidextrous at all. And I wanted to ask y'all, like, what would you tell your younger self, knowing what you know now, especially after doing this movie?
Oh man. Well, I talked to my younger self a lot, actually.
Do you?
That kind of image was one of the things that was sort of the central image that gave the idea for this movie.
There you go.
I read about that.
Was this movie to your younger self?
In a way, yeah. In a way, yeah. Yeah, I think it's to all of ours. I think I've always been interested in how it's like we're walking around here as adults, but we all have these like little kids that we were, and I'm always super interested in like, what was your little kid like?
Right.
And like, what was I like? And how are we relating as adults to those kids? And are we relating to them? And I know for me, when I first started relating to my younger self, like I'd never done that before. It's actually very surprising in a way. And I was given that exercise. I read about it, or I think maybe a therapist gave it to me. I can't quite remember.
Therapist. Yeah, it's usually
probably. It sounds pretty therapy.
Or Instagram.
Before Instagram. It was before Instagram. But I remember being really, that whole thing with the left hand, which is intended to kind of like loosen up. It just what comes out. You're not thinking. And I remember like tears springing into my eyes as I was being communicated to. It was me, but it wasn't me.
Yeah.
And a very like tender moment. And I feel like we all have that, kid. And
when I started paying attention to Little Gray, it was when she gets mad. And then I'm like, wow, why am I so mad? And I realize it's because there's something that child me isn't getting in the situation, and that reveals something about myself as an adult. And every time I have that conversation, I'm like, damn, is this what everybody's thinking about in line at the grocery store?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I admire that self-awareness.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What would you tell your younger self?